I'm Augustus. I am traveling in the United States to raise awareness of my candidacy for President of the United States in 2028. I'm here in Sacramento. This is the city of trees, the heart of the Central Valley, where the rivers meet and the lifeblood of California's agriculture flows. If you want to know where we're headed, quit listening to the experts who've never felt the Delta breeze on a triple-digit July afternoon or seen the morning fog lift over the Tower Bridge. The real future is being forged right here in the soil of the Sacramento Valley by a community that actually lives the California dream instead of just selling it in a campaign ad. I'm standing in front of the California State Capitol. Its neoclassical dome and granite columns are a tribute to the pioneers and visionaries who built this state into the world's fifth largest economy. It's a building meant to represent the bold, golden spirit of the West. But for far too many Californians, that spirit feels suffocated. This park has become a place where the gears of the establishment grind on, indifferent to the lives they affect. It's a system where the voices from Del Paso Heights, the suburbs of Elk Grove, or the farming towns of San Joaquin County are often caught in the teeth of the machine, ignored, while the well-connected keep the wheels turning for themselves. This is the 16th capital of my 50+1 capitals tour. My plan seems obvious and necessary to me, but behind me in these legislative halls, and for other presidential candidates, it could be considered off the wall. The plan is to visit every capital in this country over the course of about 60 days. Not to give motivational speeches, but to listen to the people and hopefully to truly hear what problems the general public need fixing. California is a land of breathtaking beauty, but it's also a land of hard realities. From the tech hubs of Silicon Valley to the timber forests of the North Coast, this state is built on a complex tapestry of people who have survived by being more innovative than the competition. To lead in California, one must respect the diverse voices of their urban centers, the deep roots of the Central Valley farm workers, and the modern brilliance of the climate innovators working to protect our future. To be the leader of the whole country, you actually have to know the whole country. You have to breathe in the salt air of Monterey Bay, feel the dry heat of the Inland Empire, and stand in awe of a Yosemite sunset. You need to admire the magnificent views of the Pacific Coast Highway, cross the mighty Mississippi, and traverse the passes of the rugged and majestic Rockies and Sierra Nevadas. You cannot lead a people you do not know, and you cannot know the people from inside a speeding motorcade, a high-flying jet, or a gilded office. Having lived in 7 states and visited all 50 states at least once before, I feel I have a glimmer of understanding of who the people of the United States truly are. But you can never stop learning, so I'm visiting each state again, and I plan to do this over and over again during the course of my presidential campaign and during my presidential term. Now, you might be thinking, who is this guy? Why him? As I said, I'm Augustus. I was born in New York State 64 years ago. Like you, I've spent much of my life working. I've seen presidents and Congresses come and go. I've seen industries rise and fall. And I've watched as the people who keep this nation functioning, the teachers, the nurses at UC Davis Health, the tradespeople building the high-speed rail and fixing our bridges, are treated like line items, not people. But is he qualified? The Constitution says I am. The more important question is, what makes someone qualified? For me, being qualified means that a person is working as hard as they can to help the most people possible. Look at the people who currently meet in this Capitol and in Washington, D.C. How many of them are qualified by that standard? How many of them are actively working to make your housing more affordable or your water future more secure? It seems to me that many representatives have forgotten the primary requirement of the job, remembering who they represent. They shouldn't represent the lobbyists, they shouldn't represent their party, and they definitely should not represent the ultra-rich. Your representatives, including the President of the United States, should represent you, period. I stand for the people, not for corporations that treat their employees like disposable parts, not for the ultra-rich who treat the law as a suggestion, not for the special interests who think their way is the only way. I believe in a land of freedom and opportunity, not a land of out-of-reach signs and skyrocketing rents that push families out of the neighborhoods they helped build. Why consider an unconventional, unaffiliated candidate like me? Maybe it's because you're exhausted. You're sick and tired of being forced to choose between generic candidate A and generic candidate B, two sides of the same coin, neither of whom has ever had to decide between a child care payment and a car repair. The motto of California is, Eureka! I have found it! It's a cry of discovery and success. But for too long, it feels like the discovery only belongs to the tech giants and the billionaires. It's time to ensure that the prosperity of this state actually reaches the people working 2 jobs just to stay afloat. I'm headed to Honolulu, Hawaii next. I have many miles and many state capitals ahead of me. If you see me on your state house steps, don't just take a picture. Come over and say hello. Tell me what's keeping you up at night. Tell me what you want for your children. I'm Augustus, and I'm here to listen. I'll see you on the steps where you live. Stump speech, April 1st, 2026. No, this is not an April Fool's joke. I forgot to push start on the thing. Okay. Great. Okay, so not, why didn't it move? Do it again. This time it should work.